welcome back to another guitar tutorial. In today's video I'm going to show you how to play Christmas Time of the Year by Green Day on the acoustic guitar, and this is a really fun and catchy, underrated little Christmas song. I think it's in the style of classic Green Day, as you'd expect of course, but it actually works as a Christmas song. It does sound Christmassy, and it does somehow work even in that style as a Christmas song and fits into the tapestry of Christmas songs. So hopefully you enjoy learning. There's not too many chords, shouldn't be too difficult. There is, one bar chord, but yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get it down. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So you're not gonna need a capo, so don't worry about that. You're gonna be in E standard tuning as per usual, and yeah, the song is in the key of G major, and we're gonna be using the 4-finger G major, the 4-finger chord G major for this one. So the last chord, but yeah, so you're just gonna basically you're just gonna add your ring finger to the B string of the 3rd fret, and that's how you get your 4-finger G major chord. So that's what I just played there in the intro. You're gonna start out on this G major chord, like, and you're gonna be doing downstrumming. Like the intro, you can clearly tell it's downstrumming, but I'm just gonna say right now, with this song, because like in the song there isn't actually acoustic guitar in the song, it's played on an electric guitar, and it's like has distortion on it. It doesn't necessarily sound better just to like do downstrumming on the acoustic guitar the entire time, because a lot of it, the nature of this song is like more downstrumming, but you do hear some like alternate strumming at times, it sounds like. So for this, I think it's best to do downstrumming for the intro, which I'm going to show you now, of course, and then for the rest, do more alternate strumming. And yeah, that might be like the best to get the blend, to get like the best of both worlds then, so you like blend both together. But anyway, so anyway, you've got this downstrumming on this G major chord here, so, and then you go to a C major next, and back to a G major. That's basically how the intro will start, like. And then of course the vocals will come in, and I'll do the same thing. And when the vocals come in, do the same thing again then, one more time. Then the second time around, once the vocal comes in, the second time around, once the vocals come in, then you're gonna go, instead of going back to a G major, you're then gonna go to a D major next. Then back to a G major. So again, you've got. Then you do it again. Then when you sing Christmas Time of the Year, then go to C major, and then D major again, and then back to G major. So like this. Now that bit then, after then you say Christmas Time of the Year, and then you end up back on the G chord. Christmas time of the year. So it's C major, D major, G major. Then after that, you're gonna like quickly use your palm to mute all the strings, because you're gonna abruptly stop like the sound of your guitar, and then you're just gonna go do downstrumming on the, do like a downstrumming feel on this D major chord. So you're gonna play a D major, and you're gonna do like downstrumming, and then before you transition back to the G major, after that you're then going to do an alternate strumming like this. So you've got, so let me just do, that's what you're going to do basically for that. But then, as I say, just for that intro, up until then, up until this point, after we've done this, after we do the, once then we go back into the G major, once then the guitar, the bass and drums come in, then we're going to do alternate strumming. That's when our alternate strumming will start going forward from there. So you're just really going to be doing downstrumming for that intro bit there, and for whenever you hear these downstrum D majors come in the song, so they do repeat a few times, you're going to do downstrumming for that as well. But besides that, you'll just be doing alternate strumming for the remainder of the song, if that makes sense. So yeah, so anyway, the next bit now is, so you got, like this. Got no resolutions. Joy to so yeah, basically then you're just going to do the same thing up until the chorus. Now you'll just do the same principle as what you did for the the first bit before with the downstrumming, but you've got G major, C major, D major, G major, and a chorus chord. And that's the end of like the, you know, intro verse chord progression. The chorus chord progression now is C major. So you're gonna go tonight, C major for tonight. Friends you want, it's G major. Peace of love, D major. And another year. C minor. Now this is the bar chord I mentioned before. You know, this is just the one little G chord. Once you get this down, the rest should seem like a breeze. But yeah, so you're just gonna sing bar on the 3rd fret and play a minor shape with your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. You know, that's your C minor chord, and then and another year. Then you go back to a G major then, and then you're gonna kind of like stay on that G major for like a little bit longer. So basically, yeah, so the chorus progression again is C major, G major, D major, C minor, thanks again. Then you're just gonna kind of go like, if you want, you can like lift up your, you know, index finger and middle finger off their strings. You can like lift your index finger off the A string on the 2nd fret and the your middle finger off the low E string on the 3rd fret, like briefly, just to kind of like, if you want, like just to add in your own little like thing there, because for that bit there you have like a little fill. You can add in a little fill once you like come back to this G major chord, because you stay on it for a little bit longer than you otherwise would like think to, because yeah. That's just the feel of the song. It's just how it goes. So just do what you want to do for that. It's up to you. Add in a fill if you want, but you don't have to. You can do like a walk down or step up. Like anyway, the next bit then is after the chorus. You'll then do the same thing again. Then principal. C major, D major, G major. Now right before the solo comes in, then do the same principle on G major, C major. Back to G major, C major, D major, G major, C major, D major, G major, and then the downstrumming D major. Then again, just before the solo comes in, just before the solo commences, you then do the downstrumming D major chord. Sorry, not G major. The downstrumming D major chord. And then you go into the G major, and then you'll then do the chords. You know, for the solo, you'll then do the backing chords. That correspond with the solo as it goes on. So yeah, so after this D major, this downstrumming D major chord, I'll like hum it and then play the song. C major, D major, C major, D major, G major. So yeah, basically now I'll go over that. So the backing chords are just the same thing. So you've got like the verse chords, but you'll add in an E minor like we just saw. So you've got G major, solo chords now. G major, C major, D major, G major, C major, D major, E minor, C major, D major, G major. And then as you saw that I did the little step down. After the solo, it makes the most sense to add in like a little fill or do something, because like that you get more of a feel for it on that part of the song. But you don't have to, but you can if you want. But for me, what I like to do is do like a little step down to F sharp. So obviously my index finger is going to go from the A string on the 2nd fret to, you know, the low E string on the 2nd fret, which is an F sharp, and then I go back to its string. And then I take off my middle finger off the low E string on the 3rd fret. So you've got like that. And then I just play a regular, and I go back to my G for my, you know, 4-finger G major chord again. So it's like, you don't have to do that, but that's what I like to do, because it just gives me a better feel for that part of the song. It just like sounds like it blends in and fits in better. And then, yeah, and then after the solo, then you go to the last chorus then of the song, and then you go back into the final chorus for the tonight. G major, D major, C minor, giving thanks again, and then the final outro verse now, which we can call it like the outro. Then it goes, well, somewhere in a plastic man, giving thanks to strangers. So yeah, I'll go over that now quick. So basically, for the last final chord, same thing again, you know, 2 notes, C major, G major, G major, C minor, same chords as all the other choruses, nothing changes. Then for the final verse, now we've got class C major, G major, C major, D major, G major, C major, D major, G major. Now for the final outro, which is my favorite part of the song, I would say, you're now going to then go, but once Billy's saying it's Christmas time of the year for the final time, then go back to the G major. And now you're going to go to like a quick transition to a D, E minor. So you're going to go a quick transition from D major to then E minor. So you got like that. So again, you got. And then you're going to, like, if you want, you can take off your ring finger off the D string on the 2nd fret. So you get like a lower E minor sound. Instead of playing this E minor 7 with this D's higher up, you're playing a lower D. So it's like, you know. So the D is like a lower D, but it sounds better for this. So you can do that if you want. You don't have to, but you can add it in. I think it sounds better too. So then you've got a lower E minor 7. Take off your ring finger off the D string on the 2nd fret, and then you're gonna go to a C major, D major, and then finish on your 3-finger G chord this time. Because I say that because at the end of the song you hear like this note. This B string really enunciates, like on that final like sustained chord, you hear this note being played and you hear it being heard. So obviously it makes more sense to kind of like finish on this chord because you hear this B note. If you play this way, you don't hear it. So yeah, you can finish on this 3-finger G chord, which is the chord which is the official like G chord you probably play most of the time. So yeah, or you can finish on a G6. You just take off your remove your ring finger off the high E string on the 3rd fret or the 1st string, and you got G6. That works too if that's easier for you, but yeah, I just go this outro now. G major, E minor, quick E minor 7, then C major, D major, G. I finish like that because you hear that note being played as well. You hear that being enunciated, and that's just being sustained for the final bit while it fades out, and then yeah. So I think this chord here is the best chord to end on, but again, feel free to like just finish it how you want. You can finish on a G6 as well if that's just more convenient for you, and yeah. So have fun with it anyway, but that's gonna do it. That is Christmas Time of the Year by Green Day. I'll say it's Xmas Time of the Year, but I was going to say Christmas Time of the Year. Yeah, this is a great little hidden gem, I think. Like, not many people might know this song, but it's like a really fun and catchy song to listen to, and it's fun to play. Not too long either, so it gets right to it. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed learning. Feel free to pause and rewind, all that stuff. And yeah, I plan on doing another tutorial for another Christmas song. So until then, keep having a Merry December, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.